Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Hello. Welcome, my friends. How you doing? I hope you're all doing well. Because I know I'm doing well, and I'm ready for a really fun streaming day today. This is going to be a good one, ladies and gents, because today is a blast from the past. Today, we get to re-experience a game that last year blew me away in the middle of the summer, blew a lot of people away in the middle of the summer. No one expected this game to be nearly as good as it was because it was a first outing for this particular game studio doing this style of game. It was way outside of what had been considered their comfort zone, but it ended up being one of the best gaming experiences in years. I absolutely loved every minute that I played Ghost of Tsushima last year. It came out in July, which is rare that a big game would come out in the middle of the summer, but because of COVID, everything had been thrown for a loop. And let me tell you, this was super duper fun. This was a great experience. Open world, great samurai combat, amazing graphics at the time for sure. The story, incredibly well written, characters that you get to know and have character development. You care about them over the course of the game. So much to do in the game. It really was the summer of Tsushima. Every summer we end up getting a game that kind of carries us through the summer that's really fun. 2 years ago it was Judgment. This year it's Fallout New Vegas. But last year it was definitely Ghost of Tsushima. Okay? The exciting thing about this is, this is the first DLC for the game. This is the first time I'm playing the game in about a year. I actually looked it up, and I got the platinum on August 22nd, 2020. So almost a full year since I touched Ghost of Tsushima and got the platinum. And now we're coming back a year later to explore a 20-hour DLC called Iki Island. A whole new area, new story, new combat, new challenges. And now I'm playing it on PlayStation 5. Okay, I got the upgrade last night, $30. That allows you to play this game on PS5 with improved graphics, haptic feedback, adaptive triggers. So many improvements over the original game. Although I don't honestly know how much added. Will it really feel like a true improvement, or is this going to be like little tweaks here or there? I don't know, but let me tell you something. I booted the game last night. 5 minutes, I was just messing with it. It just looks so awesome, man. The graphics, first of all, were so good on PS4 Pro. And now on PS5, upgraded even further. Now running at fluid 60 frames per second. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty outstanding. Cannot wait. And this is going to be really cool because this is going to be a chill playthrough, much like the original playthrough that I did last year. Last year, people would come just to relax and hang out on my Ghost of Tsushima streams, even if there was no major story development, just doing side content, the side stories developing. We had a cool time. Remember whenever we reached a haiku, people would start making up haikus, and we would do them on the stream, like read them out and laugh and interact. It was such a good time. Like, I have such fond memories of this playthrough last year. And so I can't wait to re-enter and explore the universe yet again. I've heard there's all new kinds of stuff to do in the game, new animals to interact with, and the like. So, pretty exciting. In addition, if you remember, I had gotten the platinum. When you get the platinum, you had a new outfit and everything that unlocked, and we didn't even get to do anything with that because I had beaten the whole game, essentially. So, once you get the platinum, there's nothing really else to do. So, I'm going to have a lot of fun, I feel. However, it's been a year since I played it. And this game has a lot to it. There's 4 stances. There's all kinds of gadgets, gizmos, and things you can use in combat. There's the rage meter that builds up special abilities. I guarantee you I'm not going to remember half of that. I'm going to be like flubbing through this game, at least for today, until I kind of get readjusted and reacquainted with the game engine. Okay? That's right. George just says, Japan actually felt the game was a great homage to their glorious history. Japanese game developers actually came out publicly and said, man, we wish we had made this because it's hilarious that an American game studio made a game that's such a great homage to Japan. Why couldn't we have done this? That's pretty funny, actually. This game, seriously, has so much going for it. The visuals, someone was just saying in the stream chat earlier, they were like, man, that last segment, in the end of the game, the final segment, without spoiling, it's a really heart-wrenching moment where you have to make a critical decision, and everyone who played the game felt that. Like, that was genuine emotion. It wasn't ham-handed, it wasn't poorly written, it wasn't stereotypical, it wasn't wedged in there. It was like, man, that is truly, it gets to you, having to make those kind of decisions. And, man, this game has stayed with me in that way. Alright? So, I'm definitely looking forward to re-entering the world of Ghost of Tsushima with all of you today for this Iki Island expansion. Supposedly it's 20 hours long, okay? So if you figure that out, you do the math. Likely 6 to 7 streams. As you know, I'll probably end up playing this game 2 times a week, if not maybe 3, depending on my schedule. So I would argue this will take us probably into maybe the first or second week of September to beat, but at the very same time, there's not a heck of a lot going on in early September. If you actually take a look at the game release schedule, next week we've got Psychonauts 2, and then after that, there is really nothing going on until Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is September 7th, so that's a whole week into the month. Then we've got Tales of Arise on September 10th, and quite frankly, I don't know if I'm playing that. Life is Strange True Colors is on September 10th as well. And Deathloop is September 14th. So, if we play this pretty consistently, I'll likely beat it just in time before those new releases hit. I'll probably end up beating it right around the 7th to 10th of September. Which would be perfect. Okay? So, we'll see what happens. This is definitely going to be a longer haul game. This is not something I'm just going to play 2-3 streams and beat. Because it's going to have tons of content. Okay? But I'm definitely looking forward to this playthrough because it was such a great, chill playthrough last year. Very nice. Alright. Now, later tonight on my late stream, guys, it's going to be my weekly throwback Street Fighter session where I play old school Street Fighter. 2 hours of old school throwdown fun. Playing the classic Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, and Street Fighter Alpha 3. Always a good time, although admittedly sometimes with lag and trolling it can be annoying, but usually we have a great time, and I share my knowledge of those classic fighting games with you when people ask me various questions about the games. I try to lay it on you as much as I can. It's my way of kind of passing on the knowledge of the old school 90s arcades. And now that we have the M. Bison hat in rotation for hats that I can wear during streams, I'm curious to see what will happen tonight. Will we see the M. Bison hat appear, and will people ask for me to play M. Bison tonight? Because that's kind of one of the ideas I had when I got this hat. I was like, man, I bet for my Street Fighter streams, people are going to want me to wear that hat and play with Bison like all night long. Okay? So we'll see what happens. Alright? So that's later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? Tomorrow, we're going to do more 12 minutes. Let me tell you, people really enjoyed the 12 minutes playthrough I did yesterday. What a unique game. All taking place in one apartment, trying to unfold a mystery, trying to figure out the different scenarios and ways that you can do things, and I feel like we still have many options to explore. Apparently, from what I understand, I'm not even close to beating the game. I played for 3 hours and I got 1 achievement yesterday. 1 scenario. That netted me 80 gamer points. But outside of that, I really have no idea what to expect. I guess we'll have to see when I play more tomorrow on the main gameplay stream. Okay? Tomorrow night, the late night stream will be the continuation of Hades, a game that I'm very much enjoying, a roguelike that, in my opinion, is far better than Returnal was earlier this year. I really like the game, and I can't wait to play more and unlock new abilities and upgrade further. It's such a fun game. Then on Sunday, it'll be the continuation of Ghost of Tsushima Iki Island DLC on the main stream. And Sunday night, we're going to be doing Microsoft Flight Simulator. And this is exciting because we're going to be doing some major stuff. First, we're going to check out Buenos Aires, Argentina. Then we're going to be going to either Disneyland or Disney World and checking out other things around it, like Universal Studios and stuff like that. Then we're going to do Seattle. which people have been asking me to do Seattle ever since I started Flight Simulator. We're going to do that Sunday night. So it's going to be an eventful, you know, very high priority location packed flying stream on Sunday night. Then on Monday, I'm going to be going back to Fallout New Vegas. I haven't been playing it all week. I'll be playing it on a major stream on Monday, and we're going to be starting up the Lonesome Road DLC. We're in the home stretch of Fallout New Vegas at this point. All we need to do is the Lonesome Road DLC and then finish the game. So another few streams, we're done with this guy. All right? What a playthrough it's been the last 2 months. I've really enjoyed it. And I can't wait to get to the end. So Monday it all begins. The beginning of the end. And then Monday night, I think we're going to do more Hades. It's kind of up in the air because Hades we could do, or if you guys wanted to say do more 12 minutes or something like that, we could. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, I'm excited for this whole streaming week is going to be a good one. I mean, every stream is something interesting, new, different, fun. Very excited for all this, guys. All right? Now, to give you guys an update and a recap, we're currently at 221 members on the channel. Guys, there are 10 days left in August. 30 days for September, April, June, and November. Although I guess we have 31 days in August. With 11 days left in the month. All right? Do I realistically see us hitting our membership goal of 275 members? I'll be honest with you guys, I don't. I would like to think we could hit it, but sadly we lost a lot of momentum about a week ago. We lost about 10 to 15 members, and since then, we haven't been able to pick back up that momentum. We were at 241 members at one point. And then all of a sudden it dipped down. And it's funny because everyone seems to tell me, oh, it's auto-renew. YouTube is auto-renew. Once you become a member, it just auto-refreshes, auto-renews for you. Then how did we lose 20 to 30 members, right? If it's auto, then obviously it should have renewed those, and obviously it doesn't. And actually, there was someone on here the other day, and he was like, I guess it's not auto-renew. I'll do it manually now. So I get the feeling that YouTube claims it's auto-renew, but for some reason, much like everything on YouTube, it doesn't work. Like, seriously, there's so much crap on YouTube that doesn't work. Last night, I'm uploading my 12 minutes playthrough. People are anxiously awaiting this playthrough to go live on YouTube because it's such an interesting game. YouTube doesn't process the video at all. It just sits there, claiming it's processing, and it never finishes. So I had to wait and re-upload it later in the night. People were notably upset. They wanted to see it right away. They had to wait like an extra 6 to 8 hours for me to finish my late stream and then upload the video again to see it. It's YouTube's fault. YouTube does not send out notifications properly when people go live on stream. What it's supposed to do is if you're subscribed to this channel, it's supposed to send out a notification to you when I go live. So you're like, oh, Phil's playing Ghost of Tsushima today? Cool, I like that playthrough from last year. I'll come check it out. They don't send it for hours and hours. Sometimes people tell me they get the notification when the stream went offline. So YouTube has always had these issues. YouTube is like, how can I explain? The best of intentions, all right? The worst of execution. It's like we have all these great ideas. We just don't have the talent to implement them all. And I hate to say that because I've been saying that since day one. It seems like everyone here is like book smart, but not street smart. The people who run this site have the know-how to do a bunch of stuff, but when they try to actually implement it all comes crashing down and doesn't work properly. Okay? So I just want to throw that out there. If you are a member of this channel, you got to be careful because it might not auto-renew your membership even though it's supposed to. I literally had people a couple days ago telling me that, saying that it doesn't work for them. Okay? You definitely cannot expect things on YouTube to work without a flaw. I never do. Seriously. I've been on this site for 13 years. I never expect the site to work. I always expect some new issue or something to creep up. In fact, I am shocked that for the past 3 months that I've been a full-time streamer here, that we haven't really had many issues with the streaming. I'm very surprised that it's been so smooth and pretty much without issue. Because usually on this site, whenever you try to do something, there's always issues. Okay? Now anyway, the point I'm making here is we have 11 days left. And if you guys aren't aware, the goal here, if we hit 275 members by the end of the month, we were going to do a special celebratory stream. It was going to be a marathon event. You guys were going to pick the kind you wanted. It could have been an Indies marathon. It could be a retrospective marathon. It could be another Game Pass marathon like we just did a few weeks ago, and you guys really loved that marathon because of the variety of stuff that we did during it. Okay? So all these are possible. It's really the power's in your hands. And during that event, we're going to have another new edition of Feasting with the King. which seems to be a show that you guys like. After 2 episodes, you guys really love it, and you're actually waiting for me to pick another kind of cultural cuisine that I'm not used to try out for the first time. Okay? But we got to make it happen, and we're a far cry from it. I mean, we're 50 members away. We were close. We were way closer than that. And then for some reason, people didn't renew. And I don't know what to tell you about that, because everyone who's on my stream seems to be telling me they're really having a good time, especially these last few weeks, since I directly listened to your feedback. You guys said to me, you said this, you said, Phil, this camera is too low. Hold on a second. You said, Phil, stop playing Zelda. Stop playing these old remasters. We're tired of this shit. Finish all the old playthroughs up. Play new games on Game Pass. We demand you use your Xbox Series X. It's been sitting around for weeks and you're not using it. Use it now. Entertain us. Listen to us. We are the viewers. Do what we say. And you slap my face like this back and forth. Oh, I couldn't believe it. You guys beat me up. And I said, all right, if you're really going to hold me accountable, fine. Then I will do that. Then I will do what you say. And I stopped playing Skyward Sword. And let me tell you, some people were pretty upset about that. They wanted to see the Skyward Sword HD playthrough continue, but I stopped playing it. Okay? I started doing Game Pass stuff. And by the way, I don't regret it. I've had a ton of fun these past 2 weeks playing Game Pass stuff. I mean, think of the playthroughs that we've done that I wouldn't have even done. Right? Games like Last Stop. Games like The Medium. These are things that are Game Pass things that I only played because they were on Xbox Series X under Game Pass. And I actually had a ton of fun with them. So I'm not sad about that at all. I'm really not. I'm happy. But I did directly what I was asked, and then members dropped. So I don't know what I can do to attract new members. I'm doing, what I'm told by the viewership. Now, here's the thing. Over the next few months, there's definitely going to be things that are going to attract people to the channel, all right? Just to give you guys some perspective. There's going to be a ton of new games coming out. I just told you, Psychonauts 2, Sonic Colors Ultimate, possibly Tales of Arise, Life is Strange 2 Colors, Deathloop, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Lost Judgment, Far Cry 6, Metroid Dread, Back 4 Blood, Battlefield 2042, The Dark Pictures House of Ashes, Guardians of the Galaxy, Forza Horizon 5, maybe Shin Megami Tensei 5, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, maybe Advance Wars 1 and 2, Dying Light 2, and that's just a few of the games. I didn't even mention some that don't have solid release dates, like Halo Infinite and stuff like that. Like, there's a ridiculous amount of game coming out in the next 2 to 3 months, all right? There's definitely going to be an attraction to come to the channel for the first time in months for people who've been staying away, all right? People have been staying away and saying, Phil's just doing kind of downtime stuff. I'll go back when the new releases hit. It's coming, all right? So I know we're going to see an influx of viewers. We're going to have people saying, hey, I'm finally back after a hiatus. I'm here to check out the new stuff. This happens every year. Every fall, we do get more attention. And that's cool. I'm expecting that. I know it's coming. But, yeah, like this month, I'll be honest, it's a little disheartening. Because with last month, the goal was 200 members, and we far exceeded it. By the end of the month, we were at like 230-something, right? Now, here we are more than halfway through the month, and we're down on what we started with. That sucks. That, as a content creator who's here every day, putting out chill stuff for you guys, yeah, it sucks that we lost members, I'm not going to sit here and cry about it, because I know that things are going to improve. It just does kind of suck that, for some reason, people felt like they didn't want to support the channel in that way this month. I don't know what it is. I'm doing exactly what you guys have asked. You guys seem to like the content. So, I don't know what else I could possibly do. Put out stuff that people want. And, it is what it is. No, it was not originally 250, Albert. I don't know what you're talking about. The original goal was 275 for this month. You're thinking about last month, I had a tier 2 goal. We didn't hit it, though. Okay. Anyway, there's many incentives to become a member of this channel. Getting a highlighted name in stream chat, getting a chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter, getting access to 19 emotes and climbing. The more members we get, the more emotes unlock, and not having to abide by the slow mode rules of the stream. It's currently a 10-second slow mode, but if you're a sub, if you're a member, you actually don't have to do it. You just talk as much as you want. All right, many, many benefits to becoming a member, and I hope that if you're not a member, you will consider joining at some point, whenever you see fit. All right? Sound good? I hope that does sound good. All right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an independent content creator. If you don't know what that means, It means I don't have any sponsorships, any partnerships. I'm not signed with any team or group. I don't make any money outside of what I make on my streams. Your crowdfunding on my streams is my living. You understand that? So I don't shill. You're never going to see a sponsored stream. You're never going to see me advertising a product. And the reason being is because that's not me. Over the years, I get offers. I just got an offer in the last week to advertise a clothing line. I just actually revealed that a few months ago I was actually offered to advertise Raid Shadow Legends. I don't do that crap. Why? Because that's not me. I'm not going to sit here and advertise and put out fake artificial content for the sake of making a buck. All right? I'm just not going to do it. That's not me. You know, I'm someone who every time that I stream, I want you to have genuine opinions and reactions to what I'm playing. I want to have chill and fun times with all of you and have a good time. That's who I am. As a content creator, that's who I've always been. I've never been a sellout. I've never been that kind of deal. And you know what? Over the years, I definitely have suffered because of it. 100%, I have suffered because of it, because everyone else takes the opportunity, everyone takes the payday. I don't. But I pride myself on the fact that every day the streams that we have are genuine and fun and real. Not some bullshit, not me kissing the game's butt or advertising some crap, but instead having a really good time with you guys. And you guys have absolutely shown me support over the years. Explain to me that you appreciate the fact that I'm a real guy, that I'm not here fake advertising stuff just to make a buck. You know the reason I'm here is because I love this. I have a passion for gaming. I was a gamer for my entire life before I ever made a video for YouTube. I made YouTube videos for 2.5 years before I ever even put an advertisement on a piece of gameplay because I love this. I am in it because I have passion for it, and that's why I want to keep doing it for as long as I possibly can. Not because I found that it was a lucrative way to make a living and now I can shill and I can fucking milk people. That's not why. I've never done it for that. And I continue to do what I love despite the fact that I could be making way more. I don't want to do that. All right? That's who I am. I'm not going to change who I am in order to make a living. I'm just not. Okay? So I hope you guys understand that. And I want to say thank you to those of you who attend my streams every day and who continue to support me in my efforts to do what I do, the way that I do it, and understand that, you know, that is why I do it that way. I know it's very, very different from everyone out there who makes content and who takes these paydays or whatever. I'm not like that. Okay? So if you like this style of content, if you want to see it continue to be successful, please consider contributing in one of the following ways. I've already explained the memberships. You guys know how those work. You could also do a super chat or a super sticker. Those are ways that you can contribute through YouTube itself. All right? And the cool thing about that is you get a nice pop-up that happens on the stream. Sometimes you can even have an animation if you do a super sticker. They're kind of silly. But I will give you a shout-out if you do that. Those help me long-term. Those, you know, super memberships and super chats, super stickers support the channel in the long term, and I really appreciate that. The more of those that I get, the closer we're going to get back to how things used to be when I was a full-time streamer on Twitch, where I was making really good income on things like subs and cheers. We're going to get back there eventually over time as people do memberships and super chats and super stickers, okay? So thank you in advance to anyone who does those things. Now, you can also tip me, and tipping me, quite frankly, is the preferred and best way to contribute. Why? Because when you tip me, I get those right away. Those are funds I can immediately use to pay a bill, buy something that I need right away, go grocery shopping, etc. Those are pretty important things. You know, that income, that tip income, is pretty critical to me being able to afford stuff. All right? That's why I have reward tiers set up for the amount of tips that I raise on a particular stream. If we raise $50 on a stream, I put on my gunner glasses. If we raise $100 on a stream, I put on a vest of your choice. Now, putting things in perspective here, the last few days I've worn the platinum, the gold, and the beige vests, okay? So today, the vests that would be eligible are as follows: the red, the blue, the denim, and the camo, okay? And then once one of those gets worn, then we're going to rotate back, and the platinum actually would become eligible again. This is a way for me to do variety and not have the exact same vest on every single stream, okay? Now, the new thing that we're doing is that if we raise $150 in tips, which is the tips goal for a stream, you guys get to pick a hat for me to wear. All right? And this week, I added 4 new hats to the rotation. I'm actually looking at them right now. And you've already seen 2 of them. All right? You've already seen these hats. Hold on. You've already seen the digital hat that looks kind of like an Outback hat. You know, you wear it on safari or whatever, or maybe if you're out fishing or something. And, of course, the military hat, which looks like M. Bison's hat from Street Fighter. You've already seen those 2. All right? Those are available to wear moving forward in the future. Okay? But there are 2 more hats that you guys have not even seen me wear yet that are eligible once we hit the tips goal. One I describe as camo, and one I describe as white. Those are not necessarily the colors of the hats. I'm just forewarning you. Because some people are misunderstanding and they're thinking, oh, that means that the hat's that color. No, it doesn't. Okay? So, there's 2 hats left to see. If we hit the tips goal for this stream, $150, you'll be able to pick between those 2 new hats. Alright? Pretty cool. Now, once we have one of those hats viewed, okay, I will then set it up that we will have 4 hats eligible, and it'll be all 4 of the new hats. So, let's say, for example, we do hit the tips goal on this stream, and you guys either pick white or camo. You'll see that hat for the first time. It'll be debuted. Then later tonight for Street Fighter, it'll all reset, and now all 4 new hats will be eligible. So that would be the digital, the military, the camo, and the white. You see? All 4 would be eligible. So if you wanted to see a hat again tonight, you'd be able to see it. And I get the feeling, as I said earlier, people might want to see the military hat because M. Bison, you might want to have me play Bison and you wear the same hat he wears while I'm kicking ass. Alright? So I'm just saying, yes, that is possible starting tonight. Because I know up to now, it's always been only the new hats, but since there will only be 1 new hat available, that makes sense. Okay? Thank you, Jesse. He says, good luck on today's stream. Thank you, sir. Or madam. It could be both. Okay. So anyway, that's something new we're doing. I did that again as direct feedback from you guys. You guys said, man, we're tired of just seeing a cowboy hat every stream. Can you improve the hats and make a variety of hats? Yes, here it is. Now, by the way, here's what I'm planning on doing. These hats are now currently going to be in the rotation for a month or 2. But once the fall hits and the weather gets a little cooler and I don't have the air conditioner pumping anymore, all right, then I'm going to add new hats to the rotation. Okay? And these hats will likely be heavier hats, bigger variety, maybe even sillier hats than the ones I'm using now. The reason I'm using these hats is because these are lighter hats for the hotter weather. But once things start to cool down, I can add seasonal hats, you see? Heavier hats and sillier ones to wear, and I'm okay with that. I think that's silly fun, all right? So, let's see how it goes. Now, already I'm getting suggested, well, you should have variety in your glasses, too. All right, let's relax. Let's relax. First it was vests, now it's hats, and then long-term, you're right. Maybe we'll add variety of glasses and stuff. Let's relax a bit. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, because we got enough going on now. We don't need to keep adding things so quickly. Okay? But it is in consideration. All right? Okay. So anyway, guys, please consider tipping me. Tipping me is the best way to support the stream. You can tip the stream either by checking the description of the stream right now, or you can type !tip into the stream chat. That'll bring up the link by which you can actually tip me. And I appreciate all contributions. As I said, I go out of my way to give shout-outs for everyone who contributes, because I appreciate every contribution that comes in. That's why I still get to do what I love for a living, because of your crowdfunding efforts. Please, though, understand, you got to keep your messages positive. You can't be trying to derail the stream and be insulting and be disgusting. Sadly, we do get people who try to do that. And obviously, I don't want that. I don't want people being nasty. Please just understand you're going to get moderated appropriately if you're trying to be negative or break the rules or insulting. I mean, it's common sense, but people just don't have it, you know. Some people are just pretty dunce-headed, and they'll just say stupid shit. Oh, I don't understand why I got moderated. Well, you said that Phil has giant baboon-like butt cheeks. Well, actually, that wouldn't be too bad. You know what I'm saying. It's something pretty offensive. People do it all the time because they're dicks. Baboon-like butt cheeks is not too insulting, actually. I wouldn't be too offended by that. Okay. Anyway. My nose itches. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's get To the news! Huh? What? The news? Well, in reality, there's not much news going on. In regards to gaming right now. The big news is that the new Call of Duty has been announced. Some people are blown away by it. Other people are not very impressed by it at all. I'm kind of on the fence. As I've told you guys, this very well may be the year that I don't really care that much about Call of Duty. Considering the fact that we've got Battlefield 2042, we've got Halo Infinite coming out right around it. I don't necessarily know if Call of Duty is the big major focus this year. I'm on the fence, especially because it's not even modernized anymore. Now they're going back to World War II again. I don't know. I really don't know if it's going to be worth $70 for me to get this game this year. I'm just being very honest, especially because they said, oh, it runs on the Modern Warfare engine. Oh, only the third year you're using that, right? Only, oh yeah, if I keep putting Warzone out on it, and now I hate that engine. I think that engine sucks ass. I hated the Modern Warfare reboot. I don't want to fucking play on that garbage engine. I think it sucks shit. It's like sluggish garbage. So, I don't know if I really want to play the game this year. I'm really on the fence about it. So it's what I find hilarious is the trailer comes out for this, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Call of Duty. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. A day ago, you were like, oh, fuck Activision Blizzard because of all the terrible things the company's doing internally. California's suing them. You know, oh, what a horrible company. Then they pump out a trailer. Oh, Call of Duty. Oh, I'm excited for Call of Duty. Wait, what? You said you hated the company a few days ago. You said you were going to stop playing Warzone entirely because you hate this company, and now a new trailer comes out, and now you're a fanboy again. It's funny how that works, huh? So let's see what happens. But at this point, I'm not, unlike previous years where I was like, yeah, yearly Call of Duty, I'm gung-ho for it, let's do it. This year, because there's alternatives, and considering the shit that's going on in the company, I'm very skeptical. Okay? The other piece of stuff that everyone's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, completely unexpected, completely out of left field, no one ever thought this would happen. Skyrim Anniversary Edition has been announced, launching on November 11th, 2021. Newly upgraded for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X includes special edition content, a new fishing mechanic, next-gen upgrades that are free, and over 500 Creation Club elements. You get to buy the game for the 72nd time. Yes. Took an arrow to the knee? Don't worry about that shit. We patched it up and you can adventure again. Just give us more money. What the frick? Again? Again, yes. So people make the running joke, people make the meme about Skyrim, right? That today's the anniversary of Skyrim. The 10th anniversary, 5th anniversary, 7th anniversary, 4th anniversary, 2nd anniversary, and 1st anniversary of every release. Like, what? Yes. Yes. Unreal. Anyway, people ask me from time to time, will I play Skyrim again? Because I never did. Unlike everyone else on the planet who bought this game 72 times, okay, I only played it once. I only played the game once. However, my playthrough was incredibly extensive. If you remember back in the day when it came out, I played it on PC. This was actually before I adapted direct capture and streaming. I was not a streamer at all, and I wasn't doing direct capture when that game came out in 2011. So what I did is I had a high-end gaming PC. I had it plugged into my television, and I would record with a camera. All right? That playthrough was pretty exciting because it was the first time I had done a major Elder Scrolls playthrough. It was also full of bugs. Half the dragons looked like melting Barney dinosaurs. It's pretty disgusting, actually. I loved the game. I loved it so much that was a playthrough I did over the course of November, December, and into January. I did every major piece of side content I came up against. At the time, it was my longest running playthrough by far. I believe it was like 80 hours long or something like that. Okay? So people ask me all the time, will I go back and play Skyrim again? And I always give them the same answer. So I will tell them, I will answer today. You ready? Will I play Skyrim again? Yes, immediately. I'm playing it on November 11th. I'm dropping everything. All the new releases go on hold so I can play Skyrim again. No, I was kidding. No, here's what I'll give you the true answer. Here's the true answer. You ready? I am interested in playing Skyrim again. Absolutely I am. But I want to wait till the time is right, and I feel that the time would be right when Elder Scrolls 6 officially gets announced as having development and release date. Like, for example, next year, if Bethesda comes out and says, okay, so Elder Scrolls 6 is pretty heavily in development, we're expecting that it's going to come out in 2023, all right? Then I say, okay, let's play Skyrim again. Let's sit down and do a lengthy playthrough over the course of several months. Let's do it just like the first playthrough. Let's do all the content. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's have a nice extended chill playthrough just like I'm doing right now with Fallout New Vegas. That's what I would want to do with Skyrim, you see? But I'm not going to do it until there's a reason to. The other thing is, people have been asking me for quite some time now to go back and actually play Oblivion. A lot of people have nostalgic feelings about Oblivion, and a lot of people are actually kind of upset that I never really played it at length. Years ago, and I mean many years ago, before I had moved out here, I had actually started up an Oblivion playthrough on PC. And it was going all right, but back then I was not an interactive streamer. Back then, when I played games, I was basically acting like no one was watching. And I would play it as if it were an offline playthrough, okay? And when I first started playing Oblivion, there was some interest. Within about, I'd argue, 10 to 15 hours of me playing it, people got lost interest. And really, the attendance was waning on the streams. The support wasn't there. People just didn't want to see it anymore. They were complaining that it was boring. So I stopped playing it, okay? I mean, we're in a different era now. This is the interactive streaming era. Me playing these games on stream is a lot more fun because we get to talk and chill. You guys get to help me with the game engine and stuff. So I feel today playing Oblivion, all right, would be a lot more fun and make a lot more sense than it did 7+ years ago. All right, I feel that more people would attend, more people would like it. It'd be a more chill experience. Okay, so if I were to play an Elder Scrolls game, all right, I would want to play Oblivion right now, not Skyrim. However, I'm certainly not saying I'm not going to play Skyrim. I just want the time to be right. Why play Skyrim now when we could easily play it as the lead-in to the next Elder Scrolls game, right? So it's all about, in life, a lot of things are all about timing. And I want to be sure that the timing is right. So that's my opinion. Next year, there's a couple possibilities of lengthy chill playthroughs. One of them absolutely would be Oblivion. And I think people were saying that Oblivion on Xbox Series X would be good because I guess it runs really well. I don't know if it looks good or has mods or whatever, but people were saying, yeah, if you played it on Xbox Series X, you'd actually like it a lot. But in addition to that, I also am thinking of replaying Fallout 3. Reason being, we've had such an incredibly fun time playing Fallout New Vegas with all its DLCs, and replaying Fallout 3 for the first time in so many years would be pretty exciting, I feel, as an extended chill playthrough just like Fallout New Vegas has been. So those are, I would argue, either Oblivion or Fallout 3 or both next year would be great extended length chill playthroughs that we can do. And I'd be happy for either or both. Okay? But let's see what happens. Maybe they will announce Elder Scrolls 6 next year actually coming out at some point, and then we will play Skyrim. And yes, it would be the new edition of Skyrim. It would be this new one with all the added content and fishing and everything. Okay? Sound good? Alright. Let's do some shout-outs. We'll start off with YouTube shout-outs. So we start off with a... Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Did it not capture a... What the... Now, this is weird. Europe Gaming definitely did a super chat earlier and said, love and support, happy Friday. I can see it in my queue on my desktop, but not on my laptop. I don't know why, but Europe Gaming, I did get the super chat, and I do appreciate the support. I have no idea why it's not showing up on the laptop. That's really weird. Shooter McGavin just did a super chat and said, a lot of us want to see you play the new Skyrim. All right, and again, I'm not against it. I'm actually all for it once we get to a logical point to do it. All right? Like I said, considering I've never played Oblivion before, you would think that that's something that I should do first before I play Skyrim again, right? All right. So thank you for the super chat, Shooter McGavin. I appreciate that. See this? So basically, there's people completely disagreeing in chat. You got Snow Carl saying he doesn't want any more Fallout. But then we've got Ollie Corney and says Fallout 3 is better than Dumblivion. That's my vote. So people are always torn about these Bethesda games. Seriously, like this always happens. People can never agree when it comes to Bethesda on what's better. Some people like the medieval fantasy more. And some people like the more Fallout post-apocalyptic stuff more. You know? See? 672 wants more Fallout. Archibald says Oblivion is a gem. See? Look at this. Like, literally, there's two schools of thought in the stream chat right now. People who completely disagree with each other. This is why I feel like I can't go wrong, but also, as they say, you can't please all the people all the time. No matter what I end up playing next year, it'll please some people and not others, right? It is what it is. All right. Now let's get to tips. We start off today with a $1.50 tip from Beefcakes, who says Halo Infinite will be released without campaign co-op or Forge at launch. It was just announced. That's sad news for me, with that the multiplayer better be the best possible or else the game's a flop. What's your opinion on all this news? Well, campaign, when you say campaign co-op or Forge, do you mean, is that three separate things? Are you saying it's being released without a campaign, without co-op play, and without Forge? Or are you saying campaign co-op? Because if there's a campaign and it's single player, I'm okay with that. I prefer to play the campaign single player. I don't really care about playing it co-op with friends, because I remember they added that for the last one. Halo, what was it? Halo 5 Guardians, or whatever the fuck it was called. And I didn't give a shit about that. You know, I played it. It was fine solo. If you're saying it's not going to have a campaign at all right. Well, if this were a full retail release that everyone is buying, that would be one thing. But it's not. All right? What it is, it's Game Pass. Just like everything else on the Xbox, it's Game Pass. So if it's Game Pass and you're not paying any extra money to play this at launch, then I don't care that it's multiplayer only. I'm cool with that. And again, that is 100% because it's Game Pass. If Microsoft was asking me to pay $70 for this game at launch and it didn't have a campaign, I would be up in arms. I would actually be upset. I'd say, no, that's bullshit. I'm not paying full price for a game that's not finished. You can't do that. But as a direct result of this game being on Game Pass, I'm okay with getting it piecemeal. Give me the multiplayer first. I'll play the multiplayer for many months, probably enjoy it, and then later on give me a campaign later. I'm okay with that. And Game Pass makes that okay, because you're not investing extra money in the game, so why care if you get the whole game in chunks or if you get it at once, you see? I 100% feel Game Pass is changing the face of gaming. I just said, when I finished The Medium, and I just finished Last Stop last night, I said, you know, the endings of these games are definitely not great. But I felt like the journey, the experience of the game itself was good, and the fact that the ending sucks isn't so bad, because I didn't pay anything for this. I don't feel like, man, I wasted money on it. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Okay. Actually, I want to jump back to YouTube because a bunch of YouTube contributions just came in. We've got Miami Girl 234 who just did a $2 super chat, and she says she wants Ghost of Tsushima 2. I agree with you. I would love Ghost of Tsushima 2, and I guarantee you they're making it, because if you don't know this, you guys may not realize this, okay? In the actual history of Japan, the Japanese did actually hold off the Mongols, but then the Mongols came back. They were pretty angry at what happened. The Mongols had been completely taken by surprise that the Japanese could mount a defensive against them. They thought they were going to rout the country with no opposition, and they actually were held off, and then they came back later. So there definitely could be a sequel that's actually kind of historically accurate. Okay? So I'm excited for that, hopefully in a few years. Chad B became a member of the channel. Thank you very much, Chad B, for joining the channel. I appreciate that. So now we've gained one. We're at 222 now. Very nice. Okay, now let's get back to YouTube. Or excuse me, let's get back to tips. Back to tip contributions. The next tip is from an anonymous tipper who tipped me $1.50. I said, excited to see the Ghost of Tsushima DLC. Last night's issues. Maybe you're scared you wouldn't be able to play it. What was the fix? So here's the thing. And I guess this should be an interesting public service announcement for everyone out there. Okay? Because I never even thought this would be an issue, and it definitely is now. If you are someone who's been using game sharing at all, meaning you have a friend or a relative or a significant other, and you share games between consoles, all right, which is a well-established practice, lots of people do this. Beware, because with the PlayStation 5 upgrade system and the way that they're doing this stuff, you may actually create a major nightmare for yourself. Because here's what happened last night, all right? I went ahead, excuse me, to do this upgrade to get Ghost of Tsushima loaded and everything for today, and I couldn't do it. The game was showing as locked, okay? And I was like, why is it showing as locked? And then I realized, because I had game shared this with my wife, technically, she had bought the game this time, because sometimes we had alternated, like I'll buy a game, she buys a game. She had bought the game shared it with me. That means the content was locked. She had to create an account on my PlayStation 5, log in at, onto that account. Then we had to download the game under that account, okay? But then another issue arose, okay? So listen to this. If you game share, when you're doing these PS5 upgrades, you can only purchase the upgrade on the original account that the license is for. Even though I could fully download the PlayStation 4 version of the game on my PS5 and play it, there's no option to buy the PS5 upgrade under my account, because technically the game thinks you don't own the license to it. You see? So what we had to do, we had to log in and out a million times. We had to actually get the upgrade under her account rather than my account. It was a major pain in the ass. It really was a major pain in the ass to get this working. I'm not even kidding. It was a couple hours of work and downloading and then testing, because then once we downloaded the PS5 upgrade, then I had to import my save. That's a whole other can of worms. What you need to do is make sure your game save from Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4 is uploaded to the cloud. Then when you're on the PS5, you have to manually go to the cloud saves that are out there and pick the right one, because there's multiple saves out there. There's an auto save, there's a game ending save, and there's another one that's like system data. So you have to pick the right one and import the right one into the PS5 saves. And then on top of that, it doesn't work properly, because when you import your game save and you hit continue, it still starts a new game over. So you actually have to manually load your old game save. It shows up, but you have to manually select it and load it to get it to work. So this whole system was very difficult compared to anything that I've done so far in Xbox Series X. Like, seriously, having to log into another account, download the update via that account, the upgrade via that account, log back over, implement save importings. It was a pain in the ass. It really was, okay? However, it is working, okay? It is working. It's fine. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt to get working, but it works, and we're going to be able to play smoothly today, because I tested it last night, and it's all working now, okay? But let that be a public service announcement to anyone, all right, who is thinking of playing this from PS4 to PS5, and you maybe game share with people. It's a very annoying, complex process. It's not straightforward, okay? All right. Sexy Carl tipped me $1.50 and says, the thing is, Bethesda games are an absolute janky and buggy mess. Whatever you choose, it'll be okay for us as viewers. I personally never have the patience for Elder Scrolls games, but I played all the Fallout games, and I would never replay them. There you go. See, here's the thing. To me, there's a charm to it. I don't know why. Maybe having a game that's not ultra polished is charming to me or whatever. But to me, there's a charm to the jankiness of these games. Like playing Oblivion, playing Skyrim, and knowing the first time that a giant troll hits me, I'm going to fly into the orbit of the planet and probably land on the moon. There's a charm to that. Playing Fallout and knowing that at some point, as I'm playing, something will fuse into a wall and I'll be unable to touch it. I don't know. I think that's funny. We've seen a lot of hilarious things happen in my New Vegas playthrough, right? Just ridiculous stuff. And I really enjoy that. I think it's part of the actual whole gameplay experience, all right? So, there you go. Dead Dove 100 has hit me $1.50. He says, good luck today. The DLC has a bit of a difficulty spike. Watch out for that. Plenty has been added in prior updates, including different armor loadouts and now a lock-on. Check it in the options for all the good stuff. Yeah, here's the thing. And this is me being honest with all of you. I feel today we'll start the DLC, but I don't think we're going to get very far. I think today's going to be a day where I just get reacquainted with the game and its gameplay engines and the like. Like, I don't really remember. I know there's a light attack and a heavy attack. I remember you could use gadgets and things like throw flaming things to distract your enemies and stuff. I know there's bow and arrow. It's pretty powerful if you use the abilities. And I remember there's stances to switch between, but man, I don't remember what the stances do or whatever. I also know there's rage abilities you build up, but I don't remember those either. So this game is very complex if you get to the high-level combat, and I haven't played it for a year. So I know I'm going to be sucking until I mess around with it for a bit, and I start to remember everything. All right? So please be patient with me today. Do not expect me to be running full force into this game, remembering everything and playing it at a high level and kicking everyone's ass. It's probably going to be the opposite, where I'm going to be getting my ass handed to me and flubbing around and trying to remember what to do. And I fully expect that today. I do. So I'm probably not making much progress. It's probably going to be a bunch of deaths and a bunch of silly mistakes until I get readjusted and remember everything. Okay? Alrighty then. Beefcakes to be another $1.50 and says, it has a main campaign, something about Halo again. It does have a main campaign, but it will not have co-op, it will not have Forge. Remember, the multiplayer is free for Halo. You don't even need Game Pass. It's kind of crazy and annoying to pay $70 for a single campaign at launch. Shows another reason why Game Pass is worth it. I would assume that Microsoft is not thinking anyone's going to buy the game. I mean that, too. Like, what is the incentive to buy the game? Right? I don't think there's any incentive to buy the game. I think people will all be getting it under Game Pass. I don't think anyone's going to say, oh, I need to buy that game outright at launch. So. Alright, a super chat just came in. From Mr. Hygrid. And he says, please play Oblivion. Seeing how you haven't played it before, I would love to see your reactions. Well, I did play it before. Let me give you some background. I played it on the Xbox 360. When the Xbox 360 was first released, it was actually a launch title. But what happened was, my 360 red ringed. I was maybe like 8-10 hours into the game, and my 360 red ringed, and at that point, around launch, there was no way to get another one for months. So I literally couldn't continue the playthrough. By the time that I had gotten it back, I didn't want to play it anymore. I wanted to play other games. Then I played it on PC, and I would argue that playthrough was probably between 10 and 15 hours long, and that's when people told me they were bored with it and didn't want to see it anymore. So I stopped playing it then. Okay? So I've definitely played Oblivion. I just never actually did a full, serious playthrough of it for various reasons over the years. So I would definitely like to put effort in and actually play the real game at length. Sexy Carl with another $1.50 says, PS5 backend systems are an absolute mess. Smart delivery on Xbox is pure heaven. I constantly swap between my Series X and PC and my brother's Series S without the need to press a single button. Everything ends up uploading, downloaded automatically. It just works. Yeah, and I noticed that when I went to play, what game was it that I went to play? And I was like, how am I going to do this? And everyone was like, don't worry, it's already going. Wasn't it? Oh, it was Fallout. That's right. It was Fallout New Vegas. Remember, I had started my New Vegas playthrough back in June before I had an Xbox Series X. We were playing it on my original Xbox One. And I was like, man, how am I going to do this? Do I have to, like, upload my save to the cloud and then re-download? Everyone's like, no, just boot the game. I'm like, huh? They're like, no, we're not fucking with you. Just boot the game. Okay, and I did, and it worked. I was like, holy shit. Wow. They actually did implement a really great system. I have to compliment Microsoft. This console generation, they seem to be doing stuff right. I feel it's kind of a shame because I think a lot of people see Microsoft in a negative light because of the mistakes they made last console gen. But let me just give you some examples. The controller, I feel, is good. I like it a lot. I'm actually starting to like it better than the PS5 controller, except it doesn't have haptic feedback, but I actually really like the controller. The console itself, the actual design of the console is more appealing to me than the design of the PS5 at this point. It actually is easy and compact to put into an entertainment center, and it doesn't look weird, wobbly, and doesn't fall off a stand like my PS5 does. Okay? This smart delivery deal seems to be pretty appealing. Not having to worry about uploading, downloading saves and all that shit. Pretty awesome. The system has surround sound out of the box and has dual audio out, so I can have surround sound in my headphones, but you guys can still hear stereo sound on the stream. This is just a few of the things. And of course, Game Pass, I mean, these are all benefits that Xbox has and PlayStation doesn't. Right? I have in the past month that I have had my Xbox Series X, I have massively enjoyed it. I've gotten so much content and having a great time playing the console. All right? And I'm not a shill for Microsoft. You guys know how much I loved Sony last generation, but I see it, I tell it like it is, and that's what I'm seeing in front of me. Okay? Okay. All right. Anything else, guys? I think we're good. I think I've gotten all the shout-outs now, right? All right, so if that's the case, we're going to take a break. I'm going to use the restroom. I'm going to be back in about 15 minutes or so, and we're going to start up with the Ghost of Tsushima DLC. Like I said, please don't expect great things from me today. Today, I'm just going to try to get reacquainted with the universe, reacquainted with the controls, kind of messing around. I am starting the DLC, but don't expect me to be steamrolling shit. I'm probably going to suck ass. All right? But I swear we will get back into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Thank you for the support so far on the pre-stream. I'll be back in a few with the premiere of Iki Island. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you in a bit.